Shalom, family. I don't know why, but I tried to open up the screen to, type in my usual info and it froze, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. So, anyway, we're going to talk about what happened in Cincinnati, and I have some videos that I want you to watch. And let's just talk frankly. You know, people have an issue with us defending ourselves, even when it's just. And we know where this comes from. A lot of this comes from chattel slavery because it's mainly white people that seem to have an issue with us defending ourselves. And it really don't matter if y'all have an issue with it or not. It is the right of every single group on this earth to defend themselves if they are threatened, and we are no different. What I'm amazed by when it comes down to reparations, we were never slaves, we were not on plantations, and yada, 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 right? But as soon as we defend ourselves, all of a sudden, we're the slave back on the plantation that can't defend ourselves. So no, we don't have an on and off switch for when we are a slave and when we're not one. When it comes down to money, we're not a slave. When it comes down to self-defense, y'all want to lecture us on defending ourselves or just straight up telling us we can't defend ourselves. Well, let me just inform you, white people, I don't care what comes out of your mouth. If one of y'all hit us, then we have the right to hit you back. You need to get all this plantation garbage out of your head about we can't defend ourselves. We are on the streets, not the plantation. And some of y'all act like you can't be touched no matter what. So y'all can just walk up and do whatever you want to us. And if we respond to it, we're wrong. So we're not accepting that from you anymore. But let me tell you what you should be doing. Let me lecture you now. You need to teach your people to keep their hands off of other folks. If you don't want to be laid out in the streets, then keep your hands off of people. That's what your lecture should be about. Not addressing us. Addressing us, wrong. Wrong. It's just like the riverboat incident in Montgomery, Alabama. It was the white people that jumped on one man, and the people responded. So, no, we got every right. You yourself said we're not a slave no more, right? So if we're not a slave no more, that means we are free people. And as a free person, if we are attacked, we have the right to defend ourselves. Teach your people to stop putting their hands on folks. Anything less than that, then you failed your own. You failed your own people. And listen, y'all, don't ever let these people tell you you can't defend yourself. And then on top of that, y'all, they want to tell us how to defend ourselves. Well, he slapped him and he should have just did that. No, no, no. That's right up there. When we get called the N-word, you want to lecture us on how we should respond. No, we're not accepting any of that stuff from you. Listen to me, white people. We are not accepting you lecturing us on how to respond to something. We don't need that advice from you. Nor do we want or seek that kind of advice from you. Y'all can keep that crap to yourself. Nobody in their right mind is going to listen to that. Nobody's going to listen to you. So just save it. So, y'all, we're going to watch a few videos and, just speak on it a little more. But the days of these people telling us and your media too. Fuck you, US media. Fuck you. And your media sitting there trying to sensationalize the injuries on these people. I don't care what their injuries are. If he would have kept his hands to himself, and on top of that, y'all, they were Russian immigrants. And you want to know why we have a problem with immigrants? It was Russian immigrants. The man was Russian, the woman was Russian. And people are noticing how when even immigrants put their hands on us, white people in this country side with the immigrant. But y'all, you shouldn't be surprised about that. They already had that reputation from World War II. When World War II was over, they were dining and eating with the Germans and would not allow our soldiers into those same eating quarters. But the enemy they just fought, the Germans, were allowed to eat with the US soldiers. So they already got that reputation. They've been had it. So the fact that they are siding with Russian immigrants over us, nobody should be surprised about that. They've been doing that forever now. They've been doing that forever. And what they're really saying every time they get upset that we defend ourselves, what they're really saying is, y'all are slaves. Whenever we do anything, you shouldn't do anything back. Fuck you. Okay, that's my response to that. Fuck you. We gonna defend ourselves and we gonna keep right on doing it. And we gonna keep right on doing it and right on doing it. All this stuff about we can't defend ourselves, y'all need to stop wasting your time on that. Your media need to stop wasting their time on that. You MAGAs need to stop wasting your time on that. You Democrat white people, y'all need to stop wasting your time. All of y'all need to stop wasting your time on that because ain't nobody listening to that shit. So, y'all, let me share my screen and we will get started. Please give me a 1 if you see my screen. Please give me a 1 if you see my screen. And, and what they're really trying to harp on is this woman getting beat down and knocked out and everything. I don't care about her either. I really don't. I don't care about any of the ones that got injured. All this man had to do was keep his hands to himself. He put his hands on 2 men, not 1, but 2. See, when you're in a crowd of people or you got other people with you and you're unruly, see, you're not only putting yourself at risk, you're putting the people with you at risk too. This is reality. This is reality. So all the people with you, they're at risk of being harmed at that point. So no, I don't feel nothing for her. You should put the Russian guy in check. He started this whole thing. See, y'all always starting something and then get in over your head and then start whining like you're the victim. See, that mess ain't working out for you no more. That ain't working no more. All right, y'all. Here we go.
And then for those who want to racialize it, the white man then steps back in the ring and slaps not the black man that he had just squared up with, but slaps another black man.
Hey, these niggas is funny playing the Russians.
Oh yeah, sleep him, yo. Anywhere better here. So after that, he was met with disproportionate force. For those who want to politicize it, the J.D. Vances and the Vivek Ramaswamis and the Bernie Marinos and the Christopher Smithermans and many others who want to politicize it, they have not yet said something that I always hear when a black person, say, runs from the police and then is met with disproportionate force, sometimes ending their life. What we hear is, well, why did they run? Why didn't they just comply? We hear that every time. But I've yet to hear anybody say, why didn't he just walk away? So let me back up so you understand this. Two combatants, one black, one white. A black man steps in, breaks it up. The white guy re-engages, slaps, not the black man that he had just squared up with, but slaps another black man. And nobody's asking.
Hey y'all, do y'all remember this lady right here? This the lady, she got laid out, knocked out. They gave her 2 pieces and 1 biscuit to go. I mean, did she order it? I don't know. Or even if she didn't, that's what she got served. But y'all, this lady right here jumped in the fight and she got knocked the woo 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 out, y'all. And the city council lady, she said that, that these people, they got what they deserve. Y'all leave a comment in the comment box below on y'all's thought on this Cincinnati brawl.
And when they thought they had had enough, they said, hold my beer, I'm coming back with some more. I don't know what else need to be said, but y'all need to quit going out here fucking around with people. I don't know how many times I need to tell white people, but apparently they all been arrested and for some reason the other party hasn't. So, I mean, it does tell me maybe, well, y'all might have been the aggressors in this whole damn thing. I don't know the full backstory of everything.
Only in America, a Russian immigrant can come to the United States of America, go to a black event, start a fight. Russian white immigrant comes to a black event, starts a fight with black people, gets roughed up a little bit. He don't even get his ass whipped. And the white patriots who claim to be patriots, who claim to be anti-immigration or anti-immigrant, who want to deport all these people, are going to take the side of the white immigrant instead of the black people from the United States of America. Somebody make that make sense to me. And they're going to try to win an election on it. Somebody make that make sense to me, while white America patriots will take the side of a Russian immigrant over black people. And you don't understand why black people don't trust the Republican Party. This is a point in case. Fix yourself, baby.
So I just watched the Cincinnati video. And I'm trying to figure out why everybody talking about the black man is wrong when this man clearly slaps him in his motherfucking face. You don't slap no black man in their motherfucking face. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's just like you calling him a bitch. And he had to clearly, as he did, show you who the motherfucking bitch was in this situation. You don't put you a black man already, you punch him, then slap him. I'm gonna tell you that right the fuck now. But y'all saying that the man is wrong because they jumped him. Keep your motherfucking hands to your motherfucking self. And you don't have to worry about getting jumped. The fuck? Like, we are always the aggressors in every situation. But clearly this man put his hands on this black man. Couldn't stand there and have a civilized conversation. It had to get physical. But we the aggressors, no. We just gonna handle business when it all boils down in the end. We gonna turn a bitch every which way but motherfucking lose. If you touch us. And that's just point blank period. So if we want to be labeled as aggressive because of that, because we gonna defend ourselves every motherfucking time, that bitch, that's what the fuck we gonna be labeled as. Don't touch us. Period, bitch. Now, granted, the only person I really feel bad for in this situation is the woman. They saying that her man really was hitting her because he didn't know who he was hitting, because he was trying so bad to defend himself, so he was hitting her by mistake. And this lady was knocked out on the ground. They said that she jumped in it, but as a woman, no man should put their hands on a woman and do a woman the way that this woman was done. They shouldn't touch her, period. Like, push her to the side, like, go on somewhere, because these are men fighting. Like, why are you getting in this? That is really sad, and that is the only person that I really have empathy for in this situation. Her man started all of this, and she would have never been hurt if her man sit his ass the fuck down somewhere. They said that he was drunk, and you already know they get liquid courage. That's the only thing that give them courage to say something to us, because they already know how it's about to go down. That's my take on the Cincinnati brawl. If a motherfucker would have kept their hands to their motherfucking self, the situation would have never motherfucking happened. Point blank, period. I said what the fuck I said, and I don't give a fuck about what y'all got to say in the motherfucking comments. Stop putting your hands on people. Point blank, motherfucking period.
So now you got these white supremacists online crying and whining about the Cincinnati beatdown, saying that black people just attacked innocent white people. But that full video showed the truth. Them white boys was out there drunk, wilding, putting hands on folks. And when that dude slapped that peaceful brother, that was it. That was a wrap. Curtains. They got dealt with. And that wasn't no crime. That was consequences. And I know that life personally. See, about 15 years ago, I was trying to get myself home after a night out in downtown Denver when 3 suspected white supremacists surrounded me. Yeah, they thought they had a good old picnic. And I upped on them with the pocket knife and pump faked them, told them, hey, man, I'll stick one of y'all motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they still rushed me, and I had to do what I had to do. Cops pulled up with the guns out like freeze, ER, and all that. Whole nine. You know, they took me to jail quick, charged me with 2 counts of first-degree assault with a deadly weapon. I was facing 20 to 64 years, straight up. So the white boys say that they was protecting some imaginary white woman that ran up to them and said that I was following her. 3 different white supremacists with 3 different stories, and none of them even matched each other's story. Now, I sat in Denver County Jail for 10 months, but I was every day in the law library reading case law. I was building arguments, calling my lawyer all the time, and feeding her the real ammo. Man, I was so locked in, but then right before trial, it popped off in the jail. A race riot popped off. The Mexicans and the Nazis teamed up together to attack the Bloods, and the Crips jumped in, and I happened to be out of my cell. So, you know how that go. Just like them white boys in Cincinnati, them folks caught everything they was asking for that day. And we stood together, 10 toes, Crips and Bloods, and handled business. But then came trial. And this part, it still kind of make my blood boil a little bit. I had 0 witnesses on my behalf, man, and they had 100 witnesses, man. They put this dark-skinned Indian tethered dude that had nothing to do with it, some security dude from across the street. He showed up to trial. This dude was darker than me, an Indian, pointing at me. Yes, they're black. And, you know, testifying on behalf of the prosecution. Yeah, this clown pointed at me and said, yes, they're black. I looked over at my mom. Man, she was steaming. I could feel it in her spirit. She is about to jump out of her seat. And in that moment, that's when I learned white supremacy ain't always white. And I still beat the case. They found me not guilty in trial, but not because the system worked. It was because they couldn't get their lies straight. Because I know most brothers in that situation don't walk out free. The system don't care if you innocent. It just care if you black. So you can mind your business, do everything right, button your shirt up straight, and do all that. But guess what? White supremacy is still target you. And as soon as you defend yourself, then they're going to call you a criminal. And they always was the criminal from day one. So the system is not broken. It's functioning just how it was built to work. Punish black resistance, reward and encourage white aggression, and use everybody else as buffers.
All you scared to death Negroes. Just sit down.
Don't you come out.
All right, y'all. You know, many of us feel the way we do from experience, and things do happen in your life. And I'm going to share a story that happened to me back when I was in my 20s. One of my first cars that I ever had in my life, y'all, was a Chevy Nova Super Sport. The car was already old by the time I got it. And I had mag wheels on it. It was nice. It was a cool car. It was my first one. And I traded that car in. I kept it for several years. I traded it in and I got a Buick Regal. Well, I did not take the tags from that car because the tags were about to expire in a few months. So rather than transfer them over to my new car, I decided to let the tags go and just get brand new tags for my new car. Well, it must have been about 3 months after I had traded my car, I got something in the mail. And I'm like, "Well, what the hell is going on?" Somebody took the tags off of my Nova, put it on another car, and they committed an armed robbery. So quite naturally, when they traced the tags, y'all, it came back to me because I was the last owner of the car. So I had to go to court and everything. And I'm like, I, I didn't commit no armed robbery. And it happened in another part of New Jersey, more north of me. And I was never in that area. So, because everything traced back to me, I had to go to court. So I went to court and I had to appear several times. The only thing that got me out of it, the only thing that got me out of it was the dealer appeared because I said that was the last place that when I trade my car in. And he admitted that somebody from his place removed my tags from that car, my old car. And he did not know where the tags were. But he did admit that somebody removed the tags from the car. He just didn't know who from his employees. That was the only thing that got me out of the whole thing. If he didn't come forward to tell the truth that somebody at his dealership stole my tags, I probably would have been sitting in jail for an armed robbery that I never committed. And they did find the people that did it. It was 2 white guys and a white girl that got caught using my tags and committed an armed robbery. They did eventually catch up to them. But yeah, and they apparently tried to give fake names and everything. But how it happened was when after the armed robbery was committed, they were driving the car that did not match my tags, and they got stopped by the police. And even the judge said in the courtroom that the cop was wrong. He said because he ran the tags and the tags on the car did not match. They matched my Nova. It did not match the car they were driving. And he knew this. The cop knew this. He knew the tags did not match the car it was on, and he still let them go. And that's what the judge had said in court. He said when the tag on the car did not match the car, because that tag went to a Nova, a Chevy Nova, and not the car they were driving. He said the judge said the cop should never have let them go. But he did. And we know why he let them go. He let them go because they were white. Come on. I bet if I was driving a car and you ran the tags and the tags went to a different car and not the one I'm driving, I bet you they would have slapped handcuffs on me. But they let them go. So it's easy to get caught up in the system and you're not even a criminal. It's easy. This system is made to destroy our lives. It really is. It lets them out of everything and it destroys our lives. Now, those Russians, from what I understand, they have already left the country. They should never have been able to leave the country. They committed a crime. But here in America, if you're white, you can, even if you're a foreign white, you can get away with anything. But they said they got on a plane and left. And that should not have been allowed if they committed a crime, which they did that night. So what they did, yeah, the Russian guy that hit those people out, he's gone. He's back in Russia. So they took, our people in which they should not have done, because if the cops would have just viewed the video, they would have clearly seen it was a self-defense situation. What it is, y'all, they just don't like the idea that we will fight back. We will put our hands back on them. And that's what they can't handle. They can't handle that. Either we're free up in this bitch or we're not. But one thing you're not going to do is tell us in one instance we ain't slaves and we shouldn't get reparations. And then in a situation where it's self-defense, you want us to act like some damn plantation slaves where you can just come up, do whatever you want to us, and we don't fight back. It ain't going down like that. So if you're if you're really mad at something, you should be mad at law enforcement for letting those people leave. And you should be mad that they started a fight, but being mad at us, that's pointless. That's absolutely pointless. And it just goes to show you, y'all still got that damn Jim Crow mentality in you that you need to get rid of. Let me give you some advice. You need to get rid of that Jim Crow mentality you have. So y'all know I'm in agreement of the self-defense, just like I was in agreement with the self-defense when it came down to the river boat brawl and any other situation where hands were laid on us first. I am 100% behind the self-defense. That's where I stand on the whole thing. I'm not going to side with some woman because her face looks bruised up. If her man or whoever she was with would have just kept his hands to himself, then he caused her to get knocked out. His actions caused her to get harmed. So if anybody is responsible for the way she looked, it's the man she was with that started the fight in the first place. He is responsible for her looking that way. So y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. There might be one more that I will be doing. And a couple of you did ask me, I had somebody email me, if I would do more on the African hair salon, their customer service. Absolutely, yes. Yes, just give me some time to put a few more videos together. Yes, I will do more because there are a lot of videos of them and their bad service. So I will put it together. Maybe we can look at it later on tonight. If not tonight, maybe sometime tomorrow. Right? So that's where I stand on the whole thing, y'all. I am for self-defense. Anytime hands are laid on us, yes, I don't care how white you are. I don't care about that. You lay hands on somebody, they got the right to defend themselves. And stop telling us how to defend ourselves. Nobody is listening to that bullshit. So, y'all have a wonderful day. Shalom, family.